During the brutal winters of World War II, snow buried entire forests, and the air froze in soldiers' lungs. On the Eastern Front, temperatures routinely plunged below -30 degrees Celsius. Fingers froze to metal rifles, and rations hardened into blocks of ice. But an invisible enemy lurked everywhere: the cold itself. For soldiers, one simple act, lighting a fire to melt snow or heat food, could be deadly. The faintest glow or wisp of smoke could reveal their position to enemy planes or artillery in seconds. Survival depended on heat, but heat had to be invisible. The question became chillingly simple. How could soldiers eat or survive without ever lighting a visible flame? Across the frozen Russian steppe, in the Ardennes forests, and in the mountains of Norway, soldiers quickly learned that wood was useless. It was wet, buried under snow, or forbidden by orders. They needed a solution that was compact, smokeless, and quiet. A tool that could provide heat without giving away their position. Out of this desperate need came one of the smallest but most ingenious tools of the entire war: the Esbit stove. Pocket-sized, light as a can of food, and able to bring water to a boil in minutes, it didn't burn wood, didn't need gasoline, and didn't emit smoke. This tiny invention quietly saved countless lives in the coldest, most unforgiving theaters of war. The story begins in pre-war Germany in the 1930s. A company called Esbit, short for Erich Schum Brento, developed a new kind of solid fuel. Instead of relying on alcohol or kerosene, they pressed hexamine, a chemical compound, into small waterproof tablets. These tablets burned hot, steady, and nearly invisible, producing no smoke, residue, or smell. By 1936, Esbit had designed a folding metal stove to hold a cup or tin over a burning tablet. Lightweight and reliable, the German military immediately adopted it for infantry, mountain troops, and pilots. The beauty of the Esbit stove lay in its brutal simplicity. It had no moving parts, no pumps, and required no maintenance. The entire kit, the stove plus 6 fuel tablets, fit neatly into a pocket-sized tin soldiers could carry it anywhere, unfold it in seconds, light a single tablet, and melt snow into boiling water. Even at 10,000 feet, or in a blizzard, one tablet burned for roughly 15 minutes, enough to heat a full ration or boil half a liter of water. 2 tablets could warm an entire meal. The secret was in the fuel itself. Hexamine, made by combining formaldehyde and ammonia, burned at about 700 degrees Celsius with a nearly invisible blue flame. Unlike wood or liquid fuels, hexamine required minimal oxygen, meaning it could work even in high-altitude mountain passes or snow shelters hydrophobic in nature. The tablets wouldn't absorb moisture, so even snow-covered or wet tablets would ignite instantly. This chemical miracle turned cold, starving soldiers into survivors. Imagine a German infantryman on the Eastern Front in 1943. His squad is dug into frozen mud, with snow piled high on all sides and the wind cutting like a blade. There's no wood, only snow and steel. He pulls a small metal box from his jacket, unfolds it into a triangle, places a fuel tablet inside, and shields it with his hands. Within seconds, a faint blue glow appears. He sets a tin cup on top. Minutes later, snow melts, bubbles, and boils. He adds coffee powder and a spoon of condensed milk. That quiet, hot drink, unseen by the enemy, could be the difference between frostbite and fighting another day. It was invisible comfort in war. The Esbit stove wasn't a German secret for long. Allied soldiers discovered them after capturing German positions or trading with prisoners. Nothing in their own kits matched the efficiency of these tiny stoves. Soon, elite Allied units, the British SAS, Canadian, and American mountain troops, began carrying similar pocket stoves. These small contraptions quietly sustained entire patrols, allowing them to heat food or water without resupply, smoke, or revealing their positions. Soldiers became inventive with their stoves. To protect the flame from wind, they dug small holes in snow or used helmets as windbreaks. Some built makeshift reflectors from tin or foil to focus heat under the cup. In deep snow, they created small pits and covered the stove loosely, forming insulated mini-ovens. These small tricks doubled efficiency, saving precious fuel tablets. Because these stoves worked inside tents or snow walls, troops could stay concealed while cooking, a luxury no open fire could offer. That faint blue flame became the most comforting sight on the battlefield. After the war, the Esbit stove faded into history, overshadowed by tanks, aircraft, and atomic weapons, but survivalists and mountaineers never forgot it. The same design, almost unchanged, is still sold today under Esbit and Koglan brands. Modern campers and militaries rely on solid fuel stoves in emergency kits, lifeboats, and ultralight expeditions. Why? Because when gas canisters leak, matches fail, or batteries die, a simple metal stand and solid fuel tablet still work. World War II soldiers proved a timeless truth. Survival depends not on fancy gear, but on reliability and simplicity. That tiny stove weighed almost nothing, fit in a pocket, and could boil water in the harshest conditions. In disaster zones, power outages, or extreme expeditions today, the Esbit stove remains a quiet hero. It reminds us that ingenuity, not just strength, is what allows humans to endure. The story of the Esbit stove isn't about fire or food. It's about ingenuity in the face of impossibility. A few grams of metal and a handful of fuel tablets helped soldiers survive one of the coldest wars in history. Sometimes, survival doesn't come from what's big, flashy, or powerful. It comes from what's small, reliable, and always ready.